Coming in of another high-level meeting, and this at the Prime Minister's residence. So one of the highest level meetings on security. The Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh is there. The CDS and NSA have all arrived at the Prime Minister's residence. Remember, just a short while ago, there was also a meeting of various agency heads at the Ministry of Home Affairs. It's been a week since the Pahalgam terror attack in which 26 people were killed. Tomorrow, in fact, what we do know is that tomorrow the Prime Minister will be chairing a security meeting, a cabinet security meeting, a key security meeting at 11 a.m. But ahead of that, today evening, another meeting taking place at the Prime Minister's residence. It's been a week since the Pahalgam attack, and security forces in Jammu and Kashmir have been searching for the terrorists involved. We've also seen ceasefire violations from Pakistan's end on the line of control. So for the fifth day, we've seen violations along the LOC. India has taken several measures like suspending the Indus Water Treaty, as well as having all Pakistanis who are here on a short-term visa return. But let's go across to Aishwarya now for more. And Aishwarya, what do we know about this meeting taking place? So yet another high-level meeting, and this time, at the Prime Minister's residence, and this comes ahead of tomorrow's key meeting that the Prime Minister will be presiding over.
Well, just before the CCS, which is scheduled tomorrow at 11 a.m., it is Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, CDS Anil Chauhan, NSA, Ajit, Doval, who have all arrived at the Prime Minister's residence at 7 local mark. Just ahead of the crucial meeting of the body, which holds all the importance as far as the security situation in the country is concerned. Remember, it was this afternoon where all the service staffs and the agencies involved in the security situation as far as Jammu and Kashmir, the DGs of the BSF, the senior officials from the CISF, and it was the meeting that was chaired by Home Secretary Govind Mohan at the Ministry of Home Affairs. And just before the CCS, what we have been told is that a collaborated, plan is being prepared to present before the Prime Minister. But it is, of course, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, who himself has now reached, looking at the recent developments in Jammu and Kashmir, be it the continuous ceasefire violation by the Pakistani troops along with the line of control for the last 5 days, or if we talk about the entire search operation which is going on, the raids which are taking place at different locations, the intelligence department conducting several raids and collecting evidences. Now, all of that will be briefed by Rajnath Singh along with the CDS and the NSA to the Prime Minister. Crucial meeting is underway as we are reporting from 7 Lok Kalyan Marg, which is Prime Minister's residence.
That's right, Aishwarya. So a series of meetings, and right now this meeting at the Prime Minister's residence just ahead of that CCS meeting that will take place tomorrow. Now, it's been a week, and as you said, the security forces are searching for the terrorists involved in the Pahalgam attack, and there have also been, allusions to some big action that has been alluded to by the Prime Minister himself, who said that we will, destroy all terrorist havens and etc. And even in Pakistan, there's been a sense of some sort of imminent action to be taken. So, given that, we're seeing these various series of meetings taking place.
Well, that's right. Prime Minister Narendra Modi had already stated that it will be an unimaginable action against the terrorists, and we'll find those perpetrators till the end of the earth. This was a clear, stern message that the time and place will be decided by the Indian administration as to how to counter terrorism. But it is now what we've been told is External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has now also reached. That also we can confirm to our viewers at Prime Minister's residence. So high-level meeting currently underway just before the CCS tomorrow at 11 a.m. Remember, it was the sources who are clearly indicated to us that intense counter-terrorism operations are underway at multiple locations across Jammu and Kashmir in the wake of Pahalgam terror attack. And there are, because this is the sensitive nature of the ongoing operations, the details have not been revealed, but series of meetings between the top officials and the chiefs of different agencies involved in it are continuously meeting the Home Minister or be it the Defence Minister. The CDS also briefed, remember, the Defence Minister as well. And it was Jammu and Kashmir police who carried out almost 13 raids at almost 13 locations in the Doda district to bust terrorists that are hideout in different places. And there are also, the current searches which is going on as far as Srinagar police is concerned. The residency of 63 individuals were raided as well. So all of that had been collaborated as far as what developments are taking place. And now External Affairs Minister, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, all have reached 7 Lok Kalyan Marg, which is the Prime Minister's official residence. And currently the meeting is underway.
That's right, Aishwarya. If you talk about, action taken, as you said, there are raids taking place or searches taking place for the terrorists, but also the suspension of the Indus Water Treaty. Also, all Pakistanis were, those who were here on a short-term visa were asked to leave. Action also taken against Pakistani YouTube channels that were spreading, hatred and divisive. They had a divisive agenda. So all that action has so far been taken by the government in this past week.
Well, certainly, it was the TCS which was chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and a series of crucial decisions were taken. Of course, the ministries had been working on their own, on their own part as far as cornering and isolating Pakistan on different ports. As far as Jal Shakti Ministry has been given task to implement, the decision that was taken by Government of India to suspend the Indus Water Treaty. They are working on their part. Diplomatic engagements have been completely cancelled. It is the recommendations of the Home Ministry to the Government of India, and after which we saw almost 16 of the YouTube channels and 3 of the social media posts had been put down. There has been complete cultural disengagement. The Pakistani actors who are star of the Bollywood movie, those movie has also been cancelled. So series of decisions being taken to corner Pakistan, and of course for the fact that the entire world has condemned this terror attack on the Indian soil. It is now on the part of India how to retaliate, what sort of kinetic action it would be on the ground, and that is something that the top authorities of the country, the top leaders who are sitting at the highest constitutional post has to decide. And these are very closed-door meetings which are taking place on a regular basis, is what we have been reporting since past 7 days since the Pahalgam terror attacks. And certainly these, the amount of meetings that are going on has increased over the past 3-4 days. And on the ground in Jammu and Kashmir as well, there has been massive deployment of Indian armed forces. So clearly a collaborated plan is something the Government of India is planning towards. What is that and how and where this will be taken into account? Remember Prime Minister's statement that it is Government of India who will conduct an unimaginable action against the terrorism is something that had already spoken loud and clear. So regarding that, of course, these meetings are taking place at 7 Lok Kalyan Marg. It is Defence Minister, External Affairs Minister, NSA, CDS, all have arrived, and they are briefing Prime Minister about the recent developments. Of course, this has come at a backdrop of the ceasefire violations that are taking place in Jammu and Kashmir as well. And tomorrow, all important CCS is going to be held at Prime Minister's residence early up in the morning. So whether there will be more decisions, more action that India can take is something that remains to be seen.
Right, Aishwarya, we're in fact seeing, the photograph of this meeting that is currently underway. Aishwarya Jain, they're reporting from outside the Prime Minister's residence where this meeting is taking place right now. This comes after a meeting that took place earlier at the Ministry of Home Affairs as well. So a series really of meetings taking place. If you're just tuning in, let's get you all the very latest. Aishwarya, if you could take us through these developments. And as we said, this comes ahead of tomorrow's high-level security meet.
Well, certainly it is. In these pictures, we can see Prime Minister Narendra Modi sitting along with Defence Minister Rajnath Singh. CDS is also seen in this particular photograph along with the NSA, and the all armed force chiefs are also sitting along with the Prime Minister, clearly briefing them on the development. It is, of course, tomorrow, all-important CCS, which will be chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Followed by that, we have been told that the Cabinet Committee on Political Affairs, and post that it is Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs. That meeting will also be taking place at 7 Lok Kalyan Marg. So government also wanted all the political parties to engage them and also brief them about the recent developments as well. The government wants their leaders to be also very, very sensitive about how they speak as far as these developments are concerned, and therefore the reason perhaps now the meeting at 7 Lok Kalyan Marg, where we can see Prime Minister Narendra Modi chairing that, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, CDS, and the NSA also arriving and is being briefed of the recent developments.
All right, so that is the big breaking news. Aishwarya Jain is bringing us there. You can see the photograph of this meeting that is currently underway, the Prime Minister's residence, where the Prime Minister is there sitting along with Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh. You have NSA Doval there, and also the Chief of Defence Staff, and all armed forces chiefs are sitting for this meeting with the Prime Minister. So a briefing taking place. This comes a week after the Pahalgam attack, in which 26 civilians were killed, 25 tourists, and one local Kashmiri was also killed, a Poniwala. And it comes at a time when the search is on by the security forces for the terrorists who were involved in this brutal, gruesome attack really as described by the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly, an attack on Kashmiriyat, an attack on any semblance of normalcy, an attack on tourism that was taking place. Remember, it was after, for the first time, in fact, one of the first times that you have tourists being targeted so brutally by the terrorists. So that was something that, sent shockwaves across the country and across the world, in fact. And since then, we have seen these statements coming from the government, from the Prime Minister himself, saying that those who are responsible will be brought to justice, that India will find them wherever they are, and that safe havens for them will also not be spared. Now, tomorrow there is, as Aishwarya is telling us, the CCS meeting, the high-level security meeting, which will take place tomorrow at 11 a.m., presided by the Prime Minister. And it's been a week. However, the security forces still searching for the terrorists who are involved. We do have those sketches of the terrorists that have been shared widely. And let's go across to Shiv Arur, who joins us from Kashmir. And Shiv, a series of meetings. Just before this, there was a meeting at the MHA. Now the Prime Minister, the significance of this, the photograph, the meeting with the NSA and all the Defence Forces chiefs as well. And this comes ahead of tomorrow's high-level meeting. Of course, Raksha Mantri there as well.
This is as big as it gets if we're talking about anticipation of military action against Pakistan. This is the Prime Minister, one day before the CCS meeting with the three armed forces chiefs, General Upendra Dwivedi, the Chief of the Army Staff, Air Chief Marshal Amarpreet Singh of the Air Force, and Admiral D.K. Tripathi, the Chief of the Naval Staff. You've got the Chief of the Defence Staff, General Anil Chauhan, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, and National Security Advisor Ajit, Doval, all sitting on that table with the Prime Minister. This is a meeting that is currently on, and this is a meeting where no details obviously have come out. They are going to be of a highly sensitive nature. It doesn't get bigger than this when it comes to decision making from the political establishment and the armed forces. Remember, we're talking about this meeting now 1 week since the Pahalgam attack. There have been a series of meetings, like you rightly said, that have preceded this, and this very broadly speaking, will be a meeting where the Prime Minister is connecting directly with the chiefs of the three armed forces, weighing options, distilling information, getting more, inputs from them directly about what India's options may or may not be. The shape